she prompted again, her voice gentle. Jack blinked, snapping out of his reverie. I'm sorry, I was someplace else. His voice was distant, hollow. When you come back, could you lift it a little higher? Terry asked gently, knowing exactly where his mind had wandered. Sure, Vicky, Jack mumbled, then winced, realizing his mistake. Terry exchanged a look with Janet, a silent acknowledgement of his pain. The apartment was slowly transforming. Flowers arrived, a fragrant cacophony of white and pastel. Larry, their eccentric landlord, had even offered to help, bringing in a small, slightly dusty organ that he insisted was essential for a proper wedding. He wheeled it in with a flourish, nearly taking out a vase of lilies. Terry, don't push, Jack grumbled, struggling with one end of the heavy organ, his muscles straining. Oh, hurry it up, this thing is heavy. The organ. Where do you want us to put it? Larry asked, puffing, clearly enjoying the drama. This thing is heavy, Jack repeated, ignoring Larry's question, focused on the physical exertion. Any place for now. Okay. Will he put it down? Will you pick it up? Larry retorted, always ready with a witty comeback. You said put it down, Jack yelped, hopping on one leg as the organ landed squarely on his foot. But not on my foot. Pick it up. Ah, Mr. Furley. Larry, would you just put it over there, please? Terry intervened, her patience wearing thin, the wedding chaos mounting. Okay, come on. Now, Larry, I want you to run out and pick up the flowers, paper napkins, and plates. Cinderella, all I hear is Cinderella, Larry grumbled good-natured, but he trotted off, a smile playing on his lips. Later, as Janet was in her bedroom, putting the finishing touches on her wedding ensemble, Jack found himself alone with Terry. The apartment, though buzzing with activity, felt strangely quiet in their corner. Well, I understand Janet's parents can't come out to the wedding, Terry mused, arranging a vase of lilies, her thoughts drifting to Janet's family. Yeah, Janet and Phil are gonna fly back and see them afterwards, Jack replied, his voice still subdued, the conversation a gentle distraction from his own turmoil. Well, who's gonna give the bride away? Terry asked, a practical question. I am, Jack said, a faint smile touching his lips. It was an honor he cherished, a small balm for his recent heartache, a reminder of his enduring friendship with Janet. You, Terry raised an eyebrow, a hint of amusement in her voice. Then who's gonna be the flower girl? Jack chuckled, a genuine sound for the first time in days. No, I was just kidding. Terry paused, a thoughtful expression on her face, her gaze drifting towards Janet's closed bedroom door. Wait a minute, if Janet's mother isn't gonna be here, who's gonna talk to Janet about whatever a young bride should know? She looked at Jack, a hint of concern in her eyes, knowing Janet's mother had always been her confidant. Jack shrugged. Mr. Furley, I wouldn't worry about it. He knew Janet was a grown woman, perfectly capable of navigating the intricacies of marriage, even without a last-minute lecture. Just then, Larry reappeared, looking unusually serious, his usual jovial demeanor replaced by a solemn one. Where is Janet? In her bedroom, Jack said, wondering what solemn wisdom Larry was about to impart. Excuse me, Larry announced, heading straight for Janet's room, a man on a mission. Come in, Janet's voice called out, muffled through the door. Oh, hi, Mr. Furley, Janet said, surprised to see him. Hello, Janet. I think it's time that you and I had a little talk. Larry's voice was uncharacteristically grave, almost theatrical. Okay, what about? Janet asked, a hint of amusement in her tone, sensing the impending lecture. Well, about men and women, what goes on between them when they're married. Larry took a deep breath, puffing out his chest, preparing for his grand exposition. Come on, no questions. I'm gonna cover everything. Now, Janet, we are living in the 80s, so I think we can be perfectly frank. To begin with, men have certain needs. So do women, Janet interjected, unable to resist, a mischievous glint in her eye. Larry blinked, momentarily flustered. Of course they do, Mr. Furley. Women are every bit as warm and passionate as men. They are. Larry's eyes widened in genuine surprise, as if this was a revelation of monumental proportions, a fundamental truth he had somehow missed. Then why do they always act like they're doing me a favor? Outside the bedroom door, Jack and Terry exchanged a glance, trying to stifle their laughter. The absurdity of the situation, coupled with Larry's endearing naivety, was a welcome distraction from the heavier thoughts that had plagued Jack. "Jack, do you think we need something else over the door?" Terry asked, trying to keep a straight face, a gentle prod to bring him back to the present. "Did you say something?" Jack asked, his mind still miles away, a faint echo of Vicky's face in his thoughts. "I said, why don't you just call Vicky and get it over with?" Terry pressed, her voice gentle, understanding his pain. She knew he was hurting. Inaction, even a difficult phone call, might be better than inaction. "Why doesn't she call me?" Jack retorted, a flash of his old stubbornness returning, a misplaced sense of pride. "Good question. Call her and ask her." "Terry, please, I'd like to do this my own way. Is that all right?" Jack sighed, running a hand through his hair, his frustration evident. "Oh, Jack, I hate to see you moping around like this. This is Janet's wedding day." Terry's voice was full of sympathy, a quiet reminder of the joy they should be sharing. "Yeah, you're right, Terry. On a day as important as this, I'm not going to let some girl make me miserable." He straightened his shoulders, a determined glint in his eyes, trying to project a strength he didn't quite feel. "I'm in pain, but I don't want you to start the wedding march until I cue you, Mrs. Keneal, all right?" He called out to the unseen organist, Larry's friend, who was already perched at the organ, poised for the grand entrance. "Oh, I just love weddings, don't you?" Mrs. Keneal chirped, her voice saccharine, sweet. "Do you like watching train wrecks, too?" she added, a little too loudly, causing Jack to wince. "Hey everybody, I bet that's the Larry's voice boomed from the doorway, a welcome distraction, a signal that the main event was truly beginning. "Look who's here." Philip entered, beaming, followed by his best man, Tony Williams, a boisterous, good-natured man. "Howdy, Jack. It's a big day, huh?" Jack managed to smile, shaking Philip's hand, genuinely happy for his friend. "You got it." "Oh, Jack, this is my best man, Tony Williams." "Hi, welcome," Jack said, shaking Tony's hand, extending the warmth of their unconventional wedding. "Thank you. I'll go tell Janet you're here." Jack headed towards Janet's room, leaving Philip and Tony to mingle, the apartments filling with the excited chatter of arriving guests. "Okay, great." Jack knocked gently on Janet's bedroom door. "It's me. Can I come in?" "Yes," Janet's voice called out, muffled through the door. He entered to find Janet, resplendent in her wedding gown, her hair intricately styled, Terry making a final adjustment to the veil. "Terry, just make sure it's like straight across the bottom. So." Janet looked up, her eyes meeting Jack's, sensing his quiet awe. "What's the matter?" she asked, a soft smile on her face. "Oh, Janet, you look so beautiful," Jack breathed, genuinely moved by her radiant beauty, a lump forming in his throat. Janet's eyes welled up, tears of happiness glistening. "Oh, Jack Tripper, if you make me cry, I'm gonna kill you." "I just wanted to tell you Philip's out there," Jack quickly said, trying to diffuse the emotion, to prevent a bridal meltdown. "Oh, then I'm not gonna kill you," Janet laughed, a watery, joyful sound, her anxieties momentarily forgotten. "Are you happy, Janet?" Jack asked, his voice soft, wanting to ensure her joy was complete. "Yes, Jack, I am." Her gaze drifted to the window, a wistful expression on her face, a fleeting thought of someone missing. "But I'd be even happier if Vicky was here." Jack's heart ached. "So would I." Larry, ever the enthusiastic master of ceremonies, poked his head in. "The minister's here. Are you ready?" "Mr. Furley, just a few minutes," Janet pleaded, wanting a few more precious moments with her friends. "Right, Jack, Terry, I wanted to." "How many minutes? 2? 3? Larry pressed, oblivious to the emotional significance of the moment, focused solely on the schedule. "Mr. Furley," Terry exclaimed, giving him a sharp look, a silent warning. "Take as long as you want," Larry amended, and retreating slightly. Janet, you were saying," Jack prompted, bringing her back to her heartfelt confession. "Oh, well, I just wanted to tell the two of you that you guys are the very best friends. I just wanted to say how much you mean to me." Janet's voice was thick with emotion, her eyes glistening. her gratitude overflowing. Terry, usually